Hello to all retail traders. Every day is not the same. So why the charts should be the same? Well, they're not. That's why we got my chart to create my chart every day. Okay, this is 1.2 update. But before I continue, let's read the risk warning. Trade the volume waves offers general trading advice that does not take into consideration factors such as your trading experience, personal objectives, goals, financial means, or risk tolerance. Keep in mind that past performance is no indication of future results. So let's start very fast with what's new on my chart version 1.2. One, apart from the standard RVH chart, which is range volume hybrid chart, there is another creation called, you can create another type of chart, which is called RVH absorption chart. Okay, we will explain what that is. Second change, I removed the automatic rectangles from the previous version, and now you can create your rectangles and measure measure volume ratio and absorption ratio from one rectangle to the other. Okay, I will show all this stuff live as always. And at the end, we have an alert on break of the last rectangle in case we want an alert. And number three is I included also another type of chart, which I had it in a separate indicator, which is a regular constant volume chart. So basically, you can create three types of charts with my chart. You can create a regular balanced range and volume hybrid chart, a range and volume hybrid absorption chart, and a constant volume chart. So three types of charts. So let's explain what an RVH absorption chart is. Well, it's a chart where the creation emphasizes on absorption zones, which means what? It means that volume threshold is reached easily, but not the range, not the price move, which means that since we have volume but price is not moving, something is cooking. All right? We have a change in volume behavior. And this means that we're identifying when smart money operates using volume ratios. Okay? So it changes volume behavior. Let me go to the live demo. All right? So let me start by very quickly remind you about a bit the buttons, how to create charts very fast. I'm not going to go through everything because everything is on the first video, and this is, and I will also go what I have added. So basically, you can enter right here the range, right here the volume, right here the date that the generation of the chart will start, and hit the regenerate button. Okay, so when it finishes, you can balance the chart, find the indicators that are proper for the chart. All right, so let me just press click here, and it's finding that it's RSI and ATR. All right, and optimize the chart for the specific indicators. Now, if you don't want to do this whole process, this will create a regular RVH chart. Okay, then you can choose your trading style. For example, if you want a chart that almost a bar represents one day, then you will hit the bar plus. As we go up, that means it's like going from the daily to the 4 hour to the 1 hour to the half an hour to the 15 minutes to 5 minutes. All right. So the less the pluses, the higher the time frame. Now, if you wanna scan multiple time frames, all you have to do is just click the on the trading style, which means this will be doing 2 to 5 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour. Okay, so it will scan only this because you might not want to see the daily. Okay, remember that these are approximate because we're not talking about time here. Okay, these are not time frames. Okay, these bars are created according to the rules that say, okay, every bar will be created, this is a Bitcoin, if the range has reached 15,994 points and volume is 1218. So everybody's created like that. So that's a regular range and volume hybrid chart. Now, so if you want to do 3, 4 styles together, you just hit the on and hit the deep scan. Okay, let me show you. So now it started generating, and when it finishes, okay, we will have a new chart on our screen. There you see the generation here. So let me cancel that and go on. So this will create an RVH balance chart. Okay, it will find the indicator and it will optimize for the indicator. It will give us the indicators here, okay, which we're supposed to use. Also, if you don't remember, the guide. The guide tells you every time you get the indicator set or one, how to trade them. All right, so very fast review on the previous uh, version. Let me cancel that. All right. Now, about the rectangles I was talking about. Okay. Now, in the past, it used to be a manual and try to figure out where to place, an automatic and where to place them. Now it's uh, manual. And with this, create 5. It will create 5 rectangles on the screen. Hold on. I have stopped the generator. Maybe that's why it's not creating them. Let's see. Yeah, okay. We'll do it in another one. All right. So these are the rectangles. Okay. I can delete them. I can create 5 rectangles and I can place them anywhere I like. All right. And the numbers they give me, for example, if I place this one here, all right, and this one at the other top. So what they measure is what happened from these numbers on the right rectangle is what happened. How did the volume uh, uh, moved from the previous rectangle to this one? So the 102 and 110, this is the volume ratio, and this is the volume absorption. Okay, so that means they had no problem. Okay, but in this case, where I have the rectangles here, okay, you see that the sorry, okay, the rectangles here, okay, you see that it was 119 and 113, which means it had a harder time to move up. All right, and this was coming from this one. So if you put the stops, all right, so we had an okay down move, then a harder move to come to go up. So this is what it says. It tells you. It tells you from rectangle to rectangle how did the volume developed. Okay, volume ratio, the first number, volume absorption, the second number. All right, all right. Now apart from that, we have the alert zone. Okay, created, which is a smaller rectangle created right here. Let me zoom in. all right, which I can resize, all right, okay. So right now it gives me the actual numbers, and if it breaks, if price breaks above or below, I will get an alert. Okay, so this for that. This is some additional features. Okay, let's go for the other type of charts. I can delete all this or hide them if I don't want to delete them. So let them delete them for the time being. This is just turning on off the ratios and leaving the rectangles. All right. So let me just delete them for the moment. We don't need them anymore. And this I have to delete manually. All right. So the next type of chart, which of course all this works, okay, is the absorption scan. I said before, the absorption RVH chart. So this is where you will try to create a chart where the volume is reached much easier than the price move. Okay, that's a completely different concept. Okay, so if I press this, it will try to create a chart like that. Okay, I will show you the three types of charts on the same pair later on. So let me cancel. Okay, it's creating now. And the last type of chart is the constant volume chart. So by pressing this mode button, you will switch to a constant volume chart. Check it out. Okay, now look at the volumes, they're all flat. That's because it's doing at a constant volume. Okay, I can cancel it. I can enter the volume I want here, okay, and press regenerate, or press any button here. So if I press bars for 7,371, check the number on the left. So I'm pressing that. So right now it's doing the 367, okay, volume. So it's creating a chart, constant volume chart, all right? So basically that is as far as the new features. So I can play around, I can move from constant to RVH, I can cancel the operation, I can create rectangles and measure the volume efficiency, the ratio and the absorption rate. And now let's look how these three different charts uh, look like. Okay, I'll minimize that too. All right. So here we got odd Canadian dollar. We have on the left, it's a regular RVH chart, balanced. Okay, we can see it here. It's balanced 88%. Now, on the middle, it's an absorption chart. Okay, where it's trying to collect more volumes. Let me get rid of this indicator. Okay, and I will open also the constant volume chart right here. Okay, let me take the indicator out. So basically, these are the three different type of charts for the same instrument. Now, let's focus on this. First, we need a reference, okay? So we can see the differences between the charts. All right, so let's take as a reference this vertical line, which is basically the 23rd starting, okay? This is also let's take the 23rd. So this is the 23rd of this chart, okay? And let's take the 23rd on this chart. 23rd start right here. Okay. So right now you're seeing the same pricing and a different picture. Okay, completely different picture. Okay. So this is constant volume chart. This is RVH, and this is RVH absorption chart. All right. So what to trade? what does it look nice for me to trade? Well, this is a bit subjective, so that depends on the person, okay? But in my point of view, I want clean waves. That's why I put on the bottom the waist wave with speed index, my indicator, to have clean waves and the waves to tell me where to trade. Okay. Plus, I can use also the suggestion from my chart. That's why we created this my chart. So we can use the suggestion. So let me go on this. Let me open it. Okay, and let me use the suggestion. I put find indicator. Okay, and it's telling me for this kind of charts, you use waist wave, okay, and the SI rhythm, the speed index rhythm. We will explain what that is. And AD, accumulation distribution, as a confirmation. All right. The fit is 82% and the reliability is very high. This is a very good setup, okay? And look how it works. So the guide is the following. In order to go long, you need a high SI, high speed index, on the down, on support, on the down waves, okay? And selling effort to fail, okay? Enter only after the resistance reclaims, breaks, and AD is rising. So we need a high SI at the bottom and AC to be rising and breaking. Now, so let's see. Let me put the speed index to be visible. All right, and also let me put which shows if it's a fast or slow speed index. All right, so I'm also missing the second indicator, which is AD. All right, let's add that too. So accumulation and distribution. Okay, and we're ready to start trading. All right, so let's look at that. All right, it says high SI in order to go short, high SI at the top, and AD to be falling now since we're going short. This is not happening. AD is flat, so we're waiting. Okay, then we get the down moves. All right, we got the background high SI at the tops, and this is where I go short for a lot of reasons. One, this high SI. Two, AD started declining. Three, look at the down wave. Okay, this is the largest after a very, very long time. Okay, so this is a plus. I get a blue to short signal. So this is I'm going short. Now, we got high SI at the bottom. So now we're looking for longs, but we need a confirmation from AD. AD never rises. Okay, it's barely flat. Okay, so then again, AD starts dropping. So what are we looking to go short? We are looking for a high SI at the bottom. Where was I? Here. At the top, sorry. So we are looking at high SIs at the top. That's the high SI at the top. And AD has been dropping. So I get a break from the support and I go short. All right? Again, AD still dropping, high SI, down again. And this is where the situation changes. Okay? AD is doing this and starts turning a bit. All right? Now, what are we looking to go long? We are looking for high SIs at the bottom and breaking the resistance level. So that's why high SI. That's another high SI, and that's a resistance level, and AD to go long, to go up. So this is where I go long. All right, then we start going flat again. That's good areas to get out, okay, and get the profits, and start doing stuff later. So we're still flat, and we see some higher size coming up. Okay, we wait, we are out, and we wait. Simple as that. Okay. What else can I do? An example do on this chart. SI with MFI. Okay. I think this video is going to be long if I start doing a lot of examples. So basically, that's it, people. Okay, you create three type of charts. You get your suggestion what to use and how reliable that is. For example, in this chart, it's telling you that you can use RSI, no second indicator, but the fit is 60 and the reliability is insufficient. So I will not use that. Okay, I will try to create another chart. Okay, a different kind of chart and see what it's going to tell me here, like this one. Okay, this was a fit 82 reliability high, and the trading is suggested with wedge wave and AD. It was excellent. Okay, all right. I hope you understand the value of it. Okay, I hope you understand that charts are not the same every day. That's why I create this every day, especially when I'm using on a balance chart, which the number is showed here. Okay, if this becomes red within the day, it means balance has a disorder. So you need to rebalance the chart because this is live. Okay, it's not static. So this stuff is very, very important, all right, and very valuable to trade efficiently. Well, test it, enjoy it, and thanks for watching. Bye bye from Trade the Volume Waves, and have a nice weekend since it's Friday today. Thank you. Bye bye.